Welcome back to the last of the 39 series. I got a new barrel bushing here for the 39. It's actually inside the 39 as it is already. Alright, now that we've got the slide disassembled and off the frame of the 39, pulling out our guide rod and everything, these things will take off. As you see, it's not captive. And one of the things that I kind of wanted to point out is that on some of the photos I've seen guide rods come out to about here. Now on this one, as you saw earlier, the guide rod was sitting back quite a bit. And it's kind of like allowed to, as you see this movement here, freely slide in and out, and only really being guided by the spring. Now, when you look in here, and the reason I'm doing this on orange background, so you can see that it goes straight through. And when you turn it, that's the issue we were having, was the barrel bushing here turning in front of the guide rod and not being able to allow the entire slide to come back. As you can see here, I can't take this out because this is a barrel bushing design, doesn't allow me to flex it enough, but if I flip it upside down, I can freely rotate this. And this is a lot more resistance on it than the other one. This is the new one. And so, let's move these out of the way. I'll show you here. Sorry, wrestling with the camera. All right, this here is the new one. The way I can tell is if I look down here, if you look at them, you see the new one doesn't have wear on the half crescent like the old one does. So I got an exact matching part from New Merch Gum Parts, Gun Corp, and you see here all the wear that's around this. And what I realized is that one of the reasons that's happening is because all that wear is just allowing it to freely slide in. And this one here, you see here, it's only got a little bit of wear. So I have no idea how many rounds this has been through, but I do know that on 1911s, occasionally you have to replace this. So on the 39 series, I replaced this. One of the reasons why I was getting rid of it. But the other thing is this is the guide rod. And so if we look at the guide rod, let's see if I can get this to focus here. You can see all those high spots. There we go. Around the tip of the guide rod. Now, it doesn't look like it's been cut off or sheared off or anything like that. It just looks like it's been beat up from use and impact. And you see here, overall, it's not that bad, but it seems a little short. And that's the problem that I'm having, is that this being a little short could also add into that. You can see here in the slide, there's some wear. Let's see from the other end too, that it has those locking recesses both in the front and the back, and it's hard to capture it right there because of the lighting. Let's see right there, right in here. And that's one of the locking recesses in there. Anyway, so I replaced that. It seems to shoot fine now and move, but I'm still worried that and this is the old one. And see here. See, I'm just tapping it and it's moving. So let me get this on camera better. See, there's no friction whatsoever. And I was told that something has to imply friction on this to keep it in there. And when I looked at it, there wasn't anything that applied a whole lot of friction. You see there's a whole lot more frictions now that I added the new one. And see, it's still staying the same place where I put it. You know, the flip it upside down and see, you know, it takes a lot of force to do that. So with the barrel being in there, it would add even more friction and keep it from moving even more. So barrel goes in, bushing goes in. See, now it's only barely moved. But I can tell you right now, I can feel a whole lot more resistance here. So, I think that the answer of the mysterious jamming of the 39-2 is based on a worn out barrel bushing and possibly a too short guide rod. But I won't know that because I'm not going to buy another guide rod. I'm going to sell this to whoever it is and just give them a heads up, like, hey, you know what? You might need a guide rod for it. To me, it looks a little short, but it functions. It functions all the same. And one of the other things, too, is I want to point out is that since this is based on friction, painting this or Cerakoting this with something that adds a little bit more layers, or even kind of like an epoxy or a resin or something like that, not a ton, but just a little bit, on the barrel bushing itself. Something that's not going to heat up and melt, because apparently that was the issue when I bought the gun from the gunsmith, is that, oh, it took me forever to get the bushing off. Why? Because somebody had put Loctite in the entire barrel bushing here. And so that being what it was, I should have guessed that it would only last so long before it was completely worn out. But at this point, yeah, I think I've had my fun. I don't know, I might get a SIG or something different. I don't know. All right, guys.